Alright, this is a collective reading. If this don't, if none of this information applies to you, especially the title, then you don't need to be here. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that. The energy is what it is. If you don't fuck with it, if you don't vibe with it, it's just not your reading. The moment you start disagreeing with something, that's when you should leave. Okay, I just let you know. I'm gonna let you know. Um, so basically, when I was writing this title, very specific things started popping up. Like they started talking about poetry. They started talking about very, very specific, like historical aspects of like jealousy and envy, and like they started trickling in with like Edgar Allan Poe and all these like real poetic niggas. You know what I mean? Like Tupac Shakur and everything popped up. Like a whole lot of jealousy on a span that is like unreal. Okay, so they talk about like the deep hatred or deep malice. How someone is so skewed mentally that like what you perceive as your reality, they cannot perceive it. Like I feel like somebody is still trying to be you, but they're trying to be the old you. If that makes sense, they're trying to be the old you. They aren't even adding up to the old you. So that like that's why they're mad. Is like they can't even be who you used to be. Like nor can they be who you are now. And that triggers the fuck out of somebody. Like that gets someone really riled up. It's like you might have had a lot of like rough or gruffness when you was young. Like you might have been real rough around the edges, and that don't mean nothing about like okay, you was out there trying to fight people and shit. I just mean in personality, you were just strong, pointed. Okay, that's what they talk about points a lot too with you, where like you more like a triangle instead of being like a motherfucking circle. Because at the end of the day, you're not soft around the edges. You are not smooth around the edges. You're rough, and that's kind of like the plight of being you. And loving who you are is that you're rough. Like you got shit to work on. You have shit to do. And that's where I feel like somebody sees that and basically they want to be that. They want to embody that. But it's not in the healthy way that most people would look at you and be like, "Oh, I envy your beauty, your smile. You look great. You're so sexy. You're so fine." You some people talk about your facial features as being like very, very, you know, like almost like Egyptian, or I don't know if they're talking about how like snatch like Cleopatra eyes are or some shit like that. They could just talk about the face a lot in the like cat eyes. Or like there's something weirdly spiritual about your face. I don't know. I don't know, y'all. We're just going off of the energy right now. There's something real weirdly spiritual about your face. Though. It might be the color of your eyes. Could be this like the way that your eyes are shaped. It don't matter if you had doo-doo browns type shit like that. That's what the people be looking at that shit, dude. Like, it looks like you have glowing eyes almost, like you a fucking cat or a lion or some shit. You got some weird shit going on with your spiritual form and how it kind of bleeds out. I think a lot. Like I think it bleeds out in not only how you dress but also how you look. So if you wear your hair long, for example, if you wear like a lot of braids, or maybe you just like to wear your natural hair out a lot. Like there's something to do with that as well, and how somebody's so triggered by that as well. Like there's so many red flags and weird things about these individuals, and that I'm saying these individuals so it can apply to many, right? Because this might be more than one person. You might face this every day in your life versus this being just one motherfucker. But I feel like there's one stain. There's this one person who is the biggest stain to your existence, and that's who I feel like embodies all of this hatred, like attracts all of this hatred into your life. um Make not only makes you feel like you've done wrong, even though you've done nothing wrong in this scenario or situation, but also this person I feel like projects their like madness. What okay, so there's this meme on TikTok that also popped up in my head earlier when I was writing shit down. It's the madness and badness and combination meme, right? It's like this person is like, you are evil. Like they think you're evil, because you associate yourself with spirit, because you associate yourself maybe with a higher power, maybe it's because you associate yourself with witchcraft. They're like, okay, you plus this equals evil. That's what I keep picking up on, right? How they're like madness and badness, the combination. It's like you plus this equals an evil son of a bitch, or equals success, evil, rich, greedy, and successful. Or you plus this, like someone really doesn't want you to come in contact with something. And I think it's your success. Like I don't think they want you to come in contact with your success or your intuition. They don't want you to come in contact with like your or in touch with your roots, basically like going back home, or possibly somebody just doesn't want you to see your family. Like that could also be it. Maybe they don't want you to know who your real family is. Maybe they draw the line at like being a God lover or Christian or something. Like they draw the line at being that, like the only thing that this person wants you to be, or the only thing that this person wants you to do is worship God, even though like you're all about self-control. And so you can, you can worship yourself and also worship God at the same time. You're all about like self-control and self-embodiment, where you want to perform at your best at all times. You don't want to use God as an excuse. You don't want to use a higher power as an excuse for who you are as a person. You want to be able to embody your true self, your true demeanor, like your true personality. And I feel like this has always been an issue or a problem, okay? For family especially, but mostly for, like I said, certain individuals. All right. And I feel like this has left you feeling really alone, really scarred. You're kind of in this place of like, and I'm gonna say like this might not resonate for everybody, but I'm gonna say that you're kind of in this place of like, I was born into this world without guidance, without help, with basically blind, right? You might have had like a parent, you might have had like a maternal figure, because a lot of them highlight the mother in this scenario, or maternity, or like the maternity ward, or there's significance to how you were born or how you were conceived. You might have been like a nepo baby, or like where two people were at work and someone slept with somebody else. It's like something very taboo happened, or maybe someone wasn't supposed to sleep with somebody and then you ended up being born, or someone wasn't supposed to get back with somebody. Like there's some type of weirdness to how you were even conceived or put into this world in the first place. That is even like, that's the beginning, or the marks the start of your significance, basically. And that's why I also feel like maybe it's the maternal energy that is the problem, right? I feel like maternal energy has been a kind of a scar on your life. It's not about femininity, and it's not about being a divine feminine, because I don't think that this particular group has had a divine dynamic enter their life yet, other than possibly themselves. So depending on where you're at emotionally, and depending on where you're at in learning your spiritual self, your higher self, like it's all dependent there, right? I don't think you've truly like touched your awakening yet, but I do feel like you're really close, and that's why they're sending so much apprehension your way. That's why they're trying to like lock you down. They're like, we gotta lock this bitch up before she rips off her shit and starts doing this and starts doing that. Before she takes off the blindfold, we gotta stop her. Or before he takes off his fucking sunglasses, we gotta stop him. We gotta take him down type shit. And that's why I feel like this is it's kind of triggering to some folks. I think it's you're living proof of like two negatives can make a positive, and that all goes back to that weird combination thing, right? Like two negatives or two fucked up things can create the most beautiful thing. Okay, can create like a flower, or like a motherfucking butterfly, some shit like that. They talk about like beauty, how two negatives or two fucked up situations can create such a powerful and pure and beautiful person, right? Regardless of all of your harsh edges or your harsh draw, like oh, I'm this way, I'm a tough bitch, I'm a tough son of a gun type shit, and like. Yeah, those things are a front. It's like truly what's inside of you is pure, right? And we can say that about we can say that, we can kind of say that about everybody, but at the same time, we know that narcissists or people who are extremely self-centered and bent, there's no saving a person like that, and there's no purity, right? They've lost their purity at some point in time, whether it was early in life or later in life or midlife crises type shit. But you know, at that point, there's no saving them, right? They're gone, right? There's no recovering from that level of like self hatred. There just isn't, and so that's why I feel like you've been trying to do your whole entire life is, so far, right? Is recover people's humanity or recover people's like purity, right? Or you want to recover your own purity, and you don't even realize this, but you recover other people's purity before you even recover your own. So you heal yourself before you even think about, or you heal other people before you even think about healing yourself. Like that's a that's a real weird dynamic, right? That's a real weird thing, right? And I think this is primarily something you was born with, though. So I'm not saying this because in some type of aspect you are special, right? I'm saying this because you were born and conceived in a specific way in order to come up with this result as a person, right? And if you believe in a higher power, you believe in God or whatever the fuck you believe in, right? Because at the end of the day, you know, who gives a fuck what's up there or where, what's where, when, where, why, how, whatever. Who gives a fuck about that aspect? Let's focus on the aspect of you have a purpose, you truly do, and that triggers that gets everybody riled up. Like I feel like everyone's a pack of fucking hyenas, and you're like kind of like the lioness, or you're like the lion with a struggle, like the lion, the only lion out here trying to survive, or the only lion out here not being, you know, you're not willing to give up on yourself. Like that's the thing. Like you're just not about to do that to you, to the people who are affected by you. You're not gonna let yourself down. All right. So I did write and channel messages for this particular reading. And the first one that I channeled was aloof, right? Descriptive of who you are or how you are. You're aloof, okay? Regardless of your relationships with other peoples, you notice that there's a stark difference between you and these peoples. Hence why you could never ever truly like have somebody know you or love you for who you are, because they just don't understand who you are. They don't understand the things that go through your mind, even when it's explained. And we can, like I said, we can say that about everybody, but at the end of the day, there's just a very specific dynamic or DNA that has created something going on in your head that ain't like anybody else's. And so that creates like a kind of, I wouldn't say it creates a good dynamic for like your own self-image. Perhaps you beat yourself up a lot. If not beat yourself up, then you always doubt yourself. So even though you might be successful, even though you try to like, you know, pick yourself up, and you're not someone who's gonna ride coattails, you're kind of somebody who just stands up on their own motherfucking two legs. And I said, what? Like I said, what? I'm gonna get it done. What? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. It sounds like an earth sign. Like that's what it sounds like. Either you're an earth sign or you could be Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. Okay, but you're the type of person to stand up and be like, what? Who? When? Where? Why? How? Type shit. Like you get up and do whatever you have to do in order to own it, right? That's the type of person you is. And I feel like even though you are that hard bitch or that hard son of a gun type, you also create a voice in your head sometimes where like you don't want to be self-centered. You don't want to be the person to be like, no, I'm gonna stand up on that soapbox and I'm gonna sit up here like the pretty thing that I am on my throne type shit. You don't want to do that. You don't want to be that. Like you have a really hard time with accepting that about yourself, is that you are, not only are you beautiful, but you're also hella like intelligent, hella strong. Like the strength that you exhibit might not be the norm. It might not be the norm. This could be strength of your emotions. Your emotions could be like a fucking tidal wave and like take out everybody in this. That's why I said Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces as well. Like the weighs so heavy on people's backs, on their chest. When your energy walks into a room, you weigh on people, like weigh them down. I mean, like they have weights on their fucking shoulders type shit. Like you have a presence about you that is incredibly different and incredibly obscure, right? And I feel like you don't give a fuck. It's and I know it's not as simple as I don't give a fuck that people find me special or people look at me a certain way. I think it's a matter of whether you believe them or not. Okay? Because I don't know if you believe that you are as great as you are. I don't think you believe that you're as strong as you actually are. I don't think you see. I think there's like things that you see that for sure that you're like, oh my god, like I am a bad bitch, like, or I am a bad person, like I really am, like I can be a cool motherfucker, right? But I don't think you see all of it. Like I don't think you see the most important sides and parts to yourself that make up such an important like changer, like a life changer or life like you're a dynamic changer. Every time you walk into someone's life, you change the dynamic. You change the way that they're moving. You change the air about the person. You change the person as a whole. And we can say that. And like I said, well, anyone could do that. That's what I feel like this group is trying to say to me. I feel like y'all keep trying to say, well, anyone could fucking do that. No shit. Like anyone could walk into anyone's life and could change them. You don't understand. This is not like, oh, anyone could fuck anybody up type energy. This is like you truly have pure or good intentions and you truly change people's lives for the better. That's not like a thing of like, okay, you go into someone's life and you suck their ass for a couple months and it's just like that, and you make them feel good about themselves and they're okay, they're on the up and up. It's not like that. You spread whatever luck or whatever fucking shit that you've carried, even through having maybe a terrible family life or a one parent home, one parent system, or a system that you could not rely on when you was young. You could not rely on anything around you. There was no good, no nothing, right? No fun, no nothing. Like it wasn't like that. Like you created those things for yourself. You created a home for yourself in your head. And that's where we bring up like imaginary friends and all that. We bring up like characters you used to maybe watch on television or movies or whatever, or things that you used to like be like, I want to be like that. I want to be like that nigga. Like I want to be like a Power Ranger. I want to be like that. I want to be like Batman. I want to be like the Joker. You might also be the type of person who like when you perceive yourself as a character when you were younger, you always want to be the villain. You always want to be the villain. You did not want to be the hero because you saw how fucking cheesed up, right, and fake the hero was. But in a lot of people's eyes, in this reality, in life, you are people's hero, right? You are the people's person, the people's hero. Even if you believe that you have a very small scale or group of friends, you are the people's hero. You're the one who keeps everyone safe. That's how they perceive you, though, right? And they view themselves as the villains, right? Because at the end of the day, even though you're doing all these good things for them, you're making them feel so good, you're hyping them up physically, mentally, emotionally, you're carrying them on your back, you're making sure they feel safe. Even though you're doing all those things and filling all those holes in those people, they still don't feel satiated. They still feel hungry. They still feel hungry for some type of control, some type of mix, like they just want to mix up type shit. They want something different and they feel guilty for wanting something different because at the end of the day, and this might be romantic, I might be talking about your whole romantic situation right now. At the end of the day, while I will say you are not for everyone, right? You are for people, you are especially for people that are trying to heal, actually trying to heal. What you will realize is the reason why I say trying to heal, right? Because you might think, oh, like why wouldn't people want to change for the better? Why wouldn't they want to stop all the bullshit and the I just feel like they goofy as shit, like they jokesters. It's like your whole life is a joke. Why wouldn't you want to change that? Why wouldn't you want to be something someone's proud of? And I think you even get that step. I think you understand that, at least at an emotional level, but I don't think you understand it from the logical level, right? You're a grown ass woman or a grown ass man. Why wouldn't you want to find or see your own success and see your own happiness, see your own future? It's like as depressed as you are, as fucked up as you are, collective, you've always been able to find
a push. You've always been able to find it, right? Even if you had to fucking dig for life, dig for the meaning, you still found it. You still rode towards that shit. Yeah, no matter how far away that shit looked or seemed, you still went for it, right? That's what you did. That's the type of person you is. And that's what I mean by changing people's lives for the better. Is when people want the same thing you wanted many years ago. They hear you, they see you, and they also change with you, right? They change with you. They become your students. They become the groundworks. They become the foundation. They become something different, you know? Someone a little bit more in control of themselves. And I think they know, like I said, they know this about you. They just feel, I think some people feel extremely guilty when they can't change for you. And when they feel guilt, when they start feeling guilty, they start doing dumb shit. They start drinking. They start over smoking. They start having sex or fucking other folks or fucking folks up in the head, mentally, emotionally, whatever. They start playing cowardly games. You know, they start playing Tom and Jerry with you, or you feel like you have to chase them and breadcrumb and all this and all that. You feel like you have to do the most in order to get them to even recognize that you are trying to be you're trying to be helpful. You're trying to be loving. You're trying to create a space for them. And you just don't understand why that never really translates to certain types of people. Or why that doesn't translate to majority of the people you're around, at least. Right? Because, like, at the end of the day, I know there's a lot of people out here wanting healing. You know, y'all wouldn't be watching tarot, doing all the repenting and all the other extra bullshit if you didn't want to heal, right? At the end of the day. But I also know that there's a certain type of people who they need to be pushed to the extremes in order to change. And this particular group can't push people. You have a lot of morality, right? You have a moral code. Right? You are not going to punish or hurt or harm someone or abuse or neglect somebody in order to get your way. Because at the end of the day, that type of power play, that type of neglect, that type of abuse is something that you have. That is something you've been a victim of, and you never want to be that, right? Or you want to try your best to extend past that and leave that behind as far, run as far away as you can, right? So let me read some more of these, and I only read the fucking first one, y'all. So the first message that I put, the second message I put on here was feel like I'm living in a loop, okay? So even though things change for you all the time, you gotten used to change. You've gotten used to like bullshit being thrown in your face or bullshit just changing right in front of your eyes. You gotten used to all of the things that would make most people, and I mean most people, very, very, very like crazy. Like I mean mad, like insane. You've seen and you dealt with a lot of the things that, or coped with a lot of the things that would drive most people up the wall and crazy. Right? There's another one that I put down that says I've already died once before, and my belief is that spiritually or energetically we die almost every single day. Okay, it's like every time there's a new day or a new cycle, we feel it, right? We feel when the sun comes up. We feel when the sun goes down. We feel change, like we feel when the planet is rotating, even if we don't realize it or recognize it, like our bodies are adapted to that, where they feel that they're able to wake up at the right time. Or maybe I'm this type of person, maybe this is a group that deals with this type of sleep, but I'm the type of person where I can think of a time and wake up at that exact time, no matter what amount of sleep that I had. Okay, it doesn't matter if it's 30 minutes. If I say I want to take a 30-minute nap, I wake up, 30 minutes on the motherfucking dot has passed, and I'm up. Okay, so you have acclimated yourself to a certain style or type of like energy manipulation. But anyways, I feel like you have grounded or controlled certain aspects of the loop or of your life. And because of that, the loop is slowing down. Okay, so while there is still new changes coming, right? Still extreme things happening, tower moments, you're capable of taking them head on now, though. Like, that's the thing. You're not a child. You're not a baby no more. You know, you're not young no more. You know, you're not stupid no more. You're not blind no more. Okay, you take these things head on because you know now that I can handle being the matador type shit. I can handle being the motherfucking bold type shit. I can handle that shit, right? That's what you at right now. Okay, collective. I can handle this shit now. I can tackle this shit now. That's why I'm a dude. Okay, like most people would think like, okay, this person's they gotta be a little stubborn and just a little fucking crazy, a little cuckoo, a little bit of a cancerous person, and you might be cancer. If they're trying to deal with all this, or if they're trying to tackle and pack up this trauma, that trauma, this trauma, that trauma. Some people might try to tell you that you can't heal your trauma within this, like all your trauma within this lifetime. But I'm actually going to say I strongly disagree. I do believe you can with consistent work. With consistent work, consistent grounding yourself, consistent protecting yourself, and of course, consistent coping. Okay, I believe that you can, and I believe this particular group can as well. So another thing that I wrote down was star seed / special child, and we already kind of talked about that a little bit. How your conception, even how you was born, how you came into this world, might have been a fucked up trip or a fucked up tale, or just your parents might have been the fucked up tale. You know what I mean? Your life could have been the fucked up tale initially, but they talk about star seeds, and a lot of people don't really know what star seeds are. In my initial belief is that it's an energy about you, an alien energy, not necessarily who you are in your DNA, but built and designed in your energy, okay, or your soul. It's a soul connection or a soul level aspect where your soul is built different. Everything in terms of energy is built different with you, okay. You control a different type of storm than what most people control, a majority of people control, and that's why you also have very clear gifts of clairvoyancy and intuition, like where you're able to read people like a fucking book, like a novel. Like you could look at someone and be like, oh, da 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 da, like you are this type of person, and that is what you are, and that person will be like, wait, what? Yeah, that's who I, that's who I am. Like how? I didn't say nothing. Like I didn't do nothing. How did you know that? Right? You're that type of bitch where you could look at someone and be like, well, you know, I can tell you're going to have a hard day. So what you need to do is prepare for it this way. You need to take this and this and this and that, pack this and this and this and that, change this and this and this and that. Don't go with this person in the car. You can read a person's whole situation right in front of your motherfucking eyes like a novel, and not even know really what you're saying or how it even fits in this person's life, but you know it's there and you know you're supposed to say it, so you say it. That is intuition, babe. When you can't stop yourself from saying something, even if you believe it's nosy, even if you believe it's like, oh, this might trigger this person, you're saying something that is life-changing, right? You're speaking from your intuition. You're speaking from a place of spirituality, of being able to detach yourself from your bullshit for a second and help others see through the blindfold. Okay? So that's a star seed for you, baby. Like there's a whole other different dynamic to star seed that does not include just normal intuition. This is not normal. This is like mind reading, like you a motherfucking computer up in a bitch. It's like you got other people's consciousness inside of your consciousness, right? That is it's wild shit. It's nothing normal. Let's put it that way, right? And that's why a lot of y'all feel like you're being surveillanced by other intuitive people, or you're being surveillanced by maybe witches, or you feel like there's an evil eye or whatever. The person that we talked about in the beginning of the reading, or this energy that we talked about, because I'm gonna say energy just because I feel like maybe the person isn't inherently evil, maybe the person isn't inherently a hater, maybe they see you and simply want to be you. Is that healthy? Absolutely not. Is that someone who's a little fucking delusional? Yes, absolutely, right? And I can't even really give them benefit of the doubt. I'm gonna take that back. Revoke that. I'm not gonna give nobody fucking benefit of the doubt. If they're acting creepy and weird, they don't deserve that type of shit. But that's why I feel like y'all starseeds, y'all collective has you've honed in on your skill of being able to tell when something's wrong with somebody, especially. And when you get that sick feeling, that knot in your gut, like I feel like it's a knot, right? or like it's like a frog in your throat. Like there's something so hard to swallow, it's so hard to handle in certain areas and in certain places. Like a person that is so they don't have to be repulsive initially, but it's like their energy is suffocating and disgusting. Right? That's what I feel like you dealing with. That's what I feel like it is. It's like when someone's perfume is so bad that it makes you flustered and like it gets in your eyes and it's like cutting you up. You're like, bitch, why did you spray that whole can of fucking Axe on you, bitch? Like, why did you do that? Like, who the fuck wears that shit? I'm just saying. That's what I got my head though, with someone wearing fucking Axe body spray. That shit is suffocating and nasty as shit. But that's what I feel like. You know, it's suffocated. Like someone's disgusting ass energy is coming in. I feel like it's almost like this person is showing up in places they're not supposed to show up. So this could mean showing up in your dreams. This could mean showing up at your home. This could mean showing up in public places. This could mean walking around on the street and you see this, you bump right into this motherfucker. You're like, I haven't seen you in 10, 11 years, motherfucker. Like, why are you here right now? Like, I'm not even in the same zone or the same place or mind space. Like, I haven't seen this bitch in 10 years. Why is this bitch, or 10 months, 12 months? Like, I feel like it's been long enough where I feel like this person should have been moved on. They should have tried to find new things or find someone else to fuck with and play with. But they still haven't. They still a weird motherfucking freak, dude. They still a freak. And that shit to me is like, not only is that cowardly to like try to suffocate someone with your shit, suffocate someone with your energy, look at them a certain way, like walk up to them, even though you notice that someone is uncomfortable as shit. You walk up on them and you start trying to talk to them. You start trying to press your shit in. It's almost like if they're pressing a hand up against your neck. And that's why, you know, I feel like there's also like some history obviously here, right? There could be history of physical violence or verbal violence, just things that caused and trigger like a PTSD or anxiety or panic attack with you. And if it's not a particular person, it's a particular feeling towards strangers that you just do not understand. You don't understand why a stranger can affect you this way. Why can a stranger's emotions like basically take me down? Why can I sympathize and empathize with people I've never met before? I don't know their situation, but I can just feel it. Why can I do that? Like, am I a crybaby? Am I a big ass bitch? You're just not. Like, by the way, that is just intuition. That is purely intuition and empathy, right? Empathy plays a whole entire aspect in intuition. Without empathy, you can't relate to anyone but yourself. Without being empathetic or sympathetic, you could not relate to, you cannot be an intuitive person if you're not empathetic, by the way. So if you was wondering, you're like, I'm a cold-hearted snake, I'm a cold-hearted bitch. No, you actually one of the people with the biggest hearts. Like, you actually have the biggest heart. And I think that's why this person keeps coming in, though. I think that's why the situation won't just die. You know what I mean? That's why this situation is like a fucking cockroach. You turn over the next fucking cover and there he is, or there she is, sitting right there waiting for you, or going through your shit, or going through your room, or touching on your shit, or they see you in the motherfucking club, or they texting the people that you know, are they watching and monitoring? Like, they sending monitor spirits everywhere. They doing some evil eye shit and you see them in your dreams. Like, you gotta understand, like, that's threatening. You know, the person is technically threatening. You're like, well, they're not doing anything wrong. I guess they haven't, you know, even though they texted me and spamming me up a good, you know, 5 different paragraphs and saying this, or I'm so sorry, whatever the fuck the line of conversation is. Because at this point, I think you should be done with it. But at the end of the day, like I said, you have a heart. So what the fuck? You know, you're like, oh man, like, wow, you know, I feel for this person. It's like, but have you considered the fact that this person could be making up lies? And yes, you have, obviously you have, right? Obviously you know. And that's what's so fucked up about this situation. That's what's so fucked up about people with you, though. You always know. You always know. You know what people's intentions are. You always know. You know when someone's being nasty or facetious or benign. You already know that shit. And you also know that, like, it's better for you, instead of to engage, it's better for you to run. But more recently, you've been getting this feeling that, like, I need to stand up for myself. Like, where is my dignity? Where's my confidence? Where's my balls when I'm dealing with these people in these situations? When they're obviously playing me to my face, when they come in with the intention of hurting me, harming me, whether it be emotionally, verbally, or physically. Where is my balls in this situation? Why do I shut down? What I need to not allow myself to shut the fuck down. Even if you a crazy type bitch, you also shut down. Okay, even if you view yourself as the crazy type that's gonna react physically if someone tries to come for your throat and come for your neck, you also realize that if you lose control of your emotions, of your anger, or your sadness, or your frustration, if you lose control and do something within those moments, you're also the type of person to shut down. Like, you don't have to shut down and cry in order to shut down. You also dissociate and shut down. That is not your state of mind. That is an emotion, right? Whatever your logic is going through your mind, or supposed to be going through your mind in those moments where you physically or verbally react to someone violently, I hope you realize you still shutting down, right? It's not that you are not stronger than the people who shut down and cry, or shut down and just don't even emote and dissociate. You're not stronger than those people. Okay, you're still living in an aspect of PTSD and hurt and harm because this person trapped you and or cornered you or made you feel cornered. Even if you've warned them, even if you told them, even if you told this person that, like, I don't want nothing to do with you, like you're a soul sucking fucking vampire, you're a bitch, you're a con, you're a cheater. You're a body snatching ass motherfucker. Like you somebody who will just sit there and think you can control everything and everybody. But I'm gonna tell you, I'm not about the shit. Even if you've already made that clear, the person still comes in. It's like a fucking wave or a tsunami of existential dread that this person starts feeling without your presence. They start thinking, who else has a heart? Like, I don't know anybody else like Collective. I don't know anybody else like this person. Like, who else can take care of me and wipe my big dumb ass? Who else can take care of me and put up with my bullshit? The only person who has ever been able to do that has been Collective. So how do I can't find nobody else that'll do these things for me. Right? And so that's the place that this person is coming from. That's the place that this group or this individual is coming from. Is how do I manipulate or find someone who's exactly or identical to this person? Because I know that I can't do all the things that Collective is doing. I know I can't be Collective, right? They might try to be you. They might be a very, very good looking imitation of you. But when it comes to the knowledge, the intellect, the intuition, the strength, the ability to see through people's bullshit, this person has none of that. None of that. Okay? None of that. It doesn't matter if y'all twins. This person has none of that. I'm letting you know, it doesn't matter if you come from the same fucking loin. You gotta know, you are built different. That's why I say star seeds with this group. And I'm not one to even use them type of words like that. I kind of hate them type of words because I feel like putting a label on energy or a specific type of energy, I feel like it's stupid, right? Because at the end of the day, like, star seeds don't call themselves star seeds. Star seeds simply exist. They change the world, right? They do it a lot of the time from the shadows, from the background. They don't need to be in the limelight, in the spotlight. They don't need to say, oh, I'm a starseed, in order to be that person, that bitch, that energy, that phenomenon, that anomaly. They don't gotta be saying, oh, I'm a starseed. Yeah, oh my God, like I read my chart the other day and it was like this and this and that, and I think I'm a starseed. I'm telling you, dude, people is some crazy ass motherfuckers, and they really think they special. They think they spectacular type shit. Like, I feel like these people think they are like flies on shit, like the Don Dada, like the they're like the people who think they run the what I got in my mind is like, these are like people who run a zoo. Okay, let me explain this to you. You know the zookeepers, how they think they know so much about animals? How they think they know so much about, like, a lion, for example, or like crazy ass carnivorous animals. It's like these people think they're like the zookeeper, but in reality, these people are only keeping a monster at bay. Meaning, the moment that this lion breaks out of captivity, the moment that this bear breaks out of his fucking cage, it will maul the fuck out of and kill the fuck out of the zookeeper and everybody associated with the zookeeper. So I'm just saying, y'all is the animal. Y'all is the carnivore. Okay? And I'm trying to compare this as much as I can to a situation that makes sense. Because y'all is the carnivore, the person who's going to eat this person up. Whether it be through time, whether it be through confrontation, whether it be through skill and manipulation, whether it be through magic or your riches or your success, right? Where you don't even gotta say a motherfucking thing, you just do. Whether it be through any of those motherfucking steps or skills, that is what you are here to do. Eat people up and shit them out. Okay? Eat people up and shit them the fuck out. Change them for the better. Okay? Change them for the better, for the greater good. Okay? That doesn't mean you a superhero. Okay? So, okay, roll. Okay. Something also that strikes me is that y'all are humble. I understand that y'all are humble, and I see that you guys are not like the types to be, like I said, that are sitting here being like, oh, I'm the star seed, I'm the bad bitch, I'm the most important bitch on this planet. You know, I'm a Luciferian fucking gregarian ass motherfucker. Like, you're not that type, okay? You just not that type. But what does happen here too is like your humbleness can kind of present as a weakness, even though at the end of the day you're keeping yourself at bay from being a self-absorbed prick, right? And one thing I want to say is that you are not a superhero, right? You are not somebody who can save them from themselves. They have to want it. They have to plead for it. They have to ask for it. They have to bargain for it. They have to make that deal on their own. So if you enter a person's life, right, and you feel like you can create a change or create some sort of safe environment for them, right, and they're still doing all the fucked up and bad shit that they've been doing their whole entire life. This could be even like a parent. This could be a parent. This could be a sibling. This could be someone who's been close to you your whole entire life. If you feel like by entering this person's life in a new direction, a new way, that they would listen to you or change themselves, I'd say you're wrong. They have to want it. And I feel like, if anything, you know best on the situation, that you could only change by when you were by yourself, right? I want you to know that. Like, you yourself could only change by yourself. You had to leave out and cut out so many people, so much bullshit, so much drama, your whole entire past. I feel like this also has to do with bloodline and cutting off everybody that was irrelevant to your growth and healing. You had to do that. If not, you have to do it. You have to do it. And let me go back to the analogy that I used with the zookeeper and the fucking carnivorous animals. It's like, y'all broke out of your cage already. And then there's other people beating on the cage still. And you're sitting here like, how do I help them? How do I control the rage? How do I control the anger? How do I make these people not so violent and hate the world so much, or hate the zookeeper, hate the people who changed them and beat them into submission and made them feel lesser or were worthless? How you got to stop doing that, right? Because even though you are the magician, even though you are a special ass motherfucker, even though your energy is immaculate and your energy does change people just by you being around them in the first place, right? The only way they see you and see your growth and see your expansion, your change, and your specialty, and I feel like it's through things like envy and jealousy. Okay? It starts out as envy or jealousy, no matter how you cut the mustard. The reason why a person looks up to you, envy or jealousy. That reason why people look up to Beyonce, and the reason why people look up to, even fucking, I was gonna say even Drake, but I guess, there's a crowd for that. The reason why people look up to other people, and put them on a pedestal as gods, right? Sculpt them out in a fucking statue and shit, is because these people envy. They envy. They are jealous. Okay. And so the darker that the person's jealousy or evil intentions get, the more likely they are to change. The more likely they are to be open to change. That or extreme hatred. That or extreme rage. That or extremely violent, nasty, cruel things. So it's kind of like you get the good and you get the bad, right? You get the possibilities of changing and becoming a better individual, a better person. And you being able to do the groundwork and the foundation and to become stronger, all of that, it takes time, right? Or you could be the evil villain, which is actually that's the easiest thing that you could do, is be the evil bitch, right? That's the easiest, that's the laziest and the easiest thing that you can do. So these people are at the crossroads, right? And you can't always lead them towards the other way, because they might have already accepted the fact that they are just going to be an evil motherfucker. They've already accepted the fact that they are just going to sit here on their motherfucking, throne, or sit here on their motherfucking mountain, right? With a fucking green thumb up their ass and shit. They ain't gonna sit there envious and jealous and nasty as a motherfucker. Always hating on people who are more successful than them. Always hating on people who are more beautiful, even if they're not more fortunate than they are. Always gonna be a hating ass motherfucker. There's that group, and then there's the group that turns around and goes the other direction. And you are an influencer. You are someone who influences both groups of people, both crowds. You either influence people to hate you, or you influence people to love you, right? And we might be dealing with Geminis here. We might be dealing with yin and yang type energy. We could also be dealing with a very strong, I think that you guys have a very strong feminine and masculine energy or vibe. So you could be somewhere in between of being this fascinating feminine energy where you're very, very physically attractive, very beautiful, even delicate, even in certain aspects. But then your personality could be more on the masculine end or the masculine spectrum. Vice versa, you could be a masculine energy, may look very masculine or look very strong, very, very large in the frame, but you actually a very feminine individual. So I feel like we're dealing with the twins, the yin and the yang here. You guys have both inside of you. You're not just the divine feminine. You also hold yourself as the divine masculine. You could be a single parent as well. You could be a single parent or somebody who particularly focus on your physical presentation as a male or female or whatever the fuck you're trying to do with yourself, but they talk about your physical presentation as being beautiful, spectacular type shit, where you look, like I said, the qualities in you are what everybody secretly wants, okay? And that means everybody. It's like people might say they're happy with their bodies or happy with themselves, but then they see you and it makes them question that shit. And I know you just gave me the side eye. I know you sitting there like, that can't be true. Oh my God, there's such beautiful women, beautiful men out here. Like, there's such beautiful people. What the fuck you talking about, dude? Like, there's some people like, what you mean? Brad Pitt, this nigga, that nigga. When they see you, they see someone who's much greater and it looks healthier, looks cleaner, looks finer. Not only that, but you're someone who's incredibly introverted. So even though you're introverted, you also have that energy of sparkle, you're loud. So it's you don't even need to say something. And that's what we said. You don't need to say anything for you to speak words. It's all through the eye sockets, baby. It's all through the eyeballs. You could have a high Scorpio placement, maybe a Scorpio Mars, because I know that Scorpio being in its home place makes your eyes incredibly intoxicating. You could have a special eye color. For some reason I saw green or blue eyes, or perhaps you have brown eyes that are very shiny or sparkly. But they talk about that with y'all. So let me also read some more of these real quick. I did write down your life is like a sci-fi film or a sci-fi movie sometimes, where you feel like you're always discovering new things about people and spirituality. Particularly, I feel like this is a lot of your dreams are like sci-fi movies. So you could have very bloody or nasty dreams or very lucid dreams. You could have problems with dreaming as well. It's possible that a lot of your dreams are too close to reality or too close for comfort. There's something that triggers you to an extent where you feel almost personally threatened by a lot of your dreams, or personally threatened by your intuition. Basically, you feel like there's someone attacking you or chasing you. We could have a lot of chase dreams, or a lot of dreams where you see different animals and different signals and signs and signatures. And this also happens in real life, y'all. You know, there's dreams where you have, you know, where you're dreaming about a particular bird and you see that bird the next day type shit. Like you see that bitch hanging out the fucking, sitting on the windowsill and shit, or sitting on a tree, like looking right the fuck at you. There's certain things where, like, you know, you're being watched by spirit. Okay? Well, I even wrote down I'm talking to spirits right now, so I can't answer the phone. But so I wrote that shit down, and to me, that's very perceived as like, you could be asleep and talking to spirits, or you could be asleep longer, maybe more recently, and talking to spirits, or you could be staying up and like watching a lot of tarot and doing a lot of like astrology and stuff like that. Whoever you're dealing with in the spirit realm is like keeping you up, or they're trying to keep you filled in. That's what it feels like. They're trying to keep you up to date on certain aspects or certain things. And I feel like even if you're sitting there and you don't feel like you're communicating with anybody and you're just talking to yourself, you could be someone who's like an obsessive talker, where you like just talk to yourself. You're like, damn bitch, you really look stupid today, or damn bitch, like what is going on with people is freaky today, or oh no, you might be talking to your television or talking to the like YouTube or something. You might be talking and referring and talking to me right now, right? And I'm not even fucking hearing what y'all saying, but what I'm gonna say is like, whoever you talking to, the spirit, the person who is following you around life after death, you're talking to them. You're having real conversations. Like, you are being filled in right now on things that are happening, right? And so even if it's a medium through me, or through a video, or through music, through anything, you are listening to an actual genuine spirit. Okay, whoever this is, they talk about a masculine or a male, maybe a father, grandfather, but this person could also be a woman who's incredibly masculine, incredibly strong-willed, very, very hard-headed, and I feel like a larger woman, or stocky build woman, or maybe short and very stout. So they said. Another thing that they brought up, which I thought was really interesting, and this is something that, like, I've always been kind of a nerd on poetry and shit. Like, I've always loved Edgar Allan Poe, Robert Frost, all those motherfuckers. Right? I've always loved those things, because to me, like, I love the secret messages or secret meanings. I love, this is where, like, we talk about, like, subliminals, right? Subliminal messaging, where like we're watching something and it's very clearly trying to brainwash or manipulate you, or you're talking to somebody and they're trying to like hypnotize you, and you feel that energy and you feel you get drained all of a sudden. You're like, why the fuck? Like, what did this person just say? It's like you have a dream prior, maybe the day before, about talking to a person who shows up the next day at your doorstep. It's like there's shit like that, like subliminals, where spirit is trying to tell you, like, hey, like, watch out for this, or look at this person closer. You need to see this person. You might start seeing people's birthdays, but in time crunch and in numbers. So I wrote down Edgar Allan Poe, Telltale Heart, and if y'all don't know that story, I'm gonna sum it up for you. It's about a man who's going so mad, like he's going so crazy. He's so triggered and bothered by this individual's ability to see through his bullshit and his insecurities. He's so triggered by this old man. There's an old man with an eyeball, right? I always thought that the old man with an eyeball was like the evil eye. Like, he was seeing through, or his intuition was so powerful and so strong, even though he was a blind man, even though his eye, the only eye he had left, was blind, he can still see through this dirty motherfucker. Okay. And so this man ended up murdering the old man with the power, with the key. Okay, he ended up murdering this old witch or warlock. He ended up murdering this person because this person could see through all of his shit, all of his wrongdoings, all of his sins, his nasty ass energy. He can see what he wanted to do to people, right? He can see that he wanted to murder before he even murdered type shit. He can see that the person was violent, angry, rageful, disgusting, and through all the charm, even through all the charm. Like, this motherfucker was manipulative as shit. Trust and believe. He was manipulating the old man and telling him, "Oh yeah, you know, you can go to sleep here. Oh yeah, you can eat that food. You could do this. You could do that. All up in my shit. All up in my house. Yeah, you can live with me. You could do all these things with me." Because he was envious and jealous, right? He saw that the old man had something that he couldn't control, and he contained that old man, and he killed that old man. Okay, he saw that intuition. He saw that third eye. He saw that specialty, and he killed that shit. And I feel like this whole analogy is also an analogy for those of you who struggle with your intuition. It's an analogy for those of you who always want to think from a rational or emotional standpoint. Because like I said, you know, empathy and intuition do run hand in hand. But if you're incapable of putting yourself in other people's shoes and always talk about, oh, I hate motherfuckers, I hate people, I hate this, I hate that, and knowing that you don't really mean that, okay? Because you some of y'all do have people who are very close to you that you do love very much. But those of you who focus on this aspect of, I hate everybody, you know, everybody needs to do this and do this and do that, and get the fuck away from me, you know, I'm aloof, I'm alone, I'm this and that. You guys struggle with your intuition because you aren't able to see your life in any other way than what is right in front of you in the physical. Right? Because you, instead of like dealing with other individuals, learning from other individuals, and like picking up their energy, because a lot of the time, even though you're picking up bad energy, you're also picking up lessons. You're picking up people with wealth and knowledge that you do not have yet, right? And it could be as simple as, like, you know, you're learning the steps of how to release somebody or letting somebody go. It's like, you need to learn from others, right? You need to accept the fact that you have a very strong intuition, and that even if you just go out into public next to strangers, you're always gonna have that gift. It doesn't matter. There's no turning that off, by the way. Like, I think it's bullshit when people try to say that an intuition is able to just turn off like a fucking car. It's like, bitch, your intuition, it idles, right? It idles. Yes, when you say, I don't want to hear this right now, and I don't want to deal with this right now, your intuition can idle. Okay, your ability to sense the bullshit, your ability to feel everyone's emotions, your ability to be hypersensitive. Yes, you can idle it, right? Where it's just kind of at a like a kind of like, oh, okay, it's not doing much of anything right now. It feels like it's not doing anything, right? Because you're suppressing it. You're suppressing it. You're suppressing something that should be considered a fucking high key gift, as long as it's controlled. As long as it's fucking controlled. Right? And then you got to come to people, you got to come to other readers or intuitive peoples, and you have to trust, and somehow you trust them more than you trust yourself with your own motherfucking energy. That's crazy, right? It's like, okay, you trust other people with intuition more than you trust yourself, even though you high key know that these motherfuckers be jealous and envious of every aspect of your goddamn life, even if they don't see your face, even if they don't know you, even if your name on here is fake, even if everything about you is motherfucking fake, everything you present out into the fucking, you know, spiritual community is fake. You know, people still be looking at you some type of way, be jealous of you in some type of way. The moment they look at the cards, the moment they start reading off of you or talking to your spiritual team, they mad and jealous as shit. As shit. You don't even gotta say your real name type shit. Like, and that's what I mean. Like, they jealous as fuck. They don't know how to be like they don't know how to look up to anybody other than, like, you know, they want money, they want fame, they want power, they want greed, they want to be greedy, you know. They don't want what you want. You want healing, you want simple and basic things. You want simple and basic motherfucking things. You deserve love, you deserve financial security, you deserve having a stable family life, you deserve to heal and to become, you know, a person that even you can be proud of. So, like, these are not they don't have the same goals as you, baby. So when you go on towards some of these readers and some of these situations, just know they envy the fuck out of you. And because they're lower vibrational than you are, they also can't read your situation properly. They let their greed and jealousy get in the way of your energy, of your shit. That's what's up. They know you're more intuitive than they are. They know you can tap in harder than they can. And it's not even a situation of, oh, anything you could do, I could do better. It's not like that. It's just simply fact. It's simply fact. So when you deny it, right? When you deny it, and then you be getting all the heebie-jeebies for these individuals, when you be feeling like disgusted and, like I said, the pit in the stomach and having the dreams and getting the meat sweats type shit in the middle of the night, and you're like sitting there like, what the fuck is going on with me? After you just got a fucking reading, or you got this, you got that. Come on now. You already know what's up. People be digging through your shit. Like I said, they be trying to pop you like a pimple type shit. They trying to take you off the map. They trying to take you out the situation, take you out the game. Okay? Now I'm actually drawing cards because what I see here is people try to change you. They try to change you into someone who's more submissive or someone who's more like, I don't know. It's like you just not, like I said from the beginning, you are a triangle. You very sharp edge, right? It's not that you rough around the edges. It's that you have very sharp edges, right? You're just someone who has a sharp tongue. You're someone who's very just sharp with your ideologies, like your intelligence. You're just very sharp, right? You dress sharp. You look sharp. You are sharp, right? You're beautiful. You're attractive in more ways than one, right? And you're just not a circle. You can never be a circle, okay? You can never be a fucking circle. You just ain't ever gonna be that person who is sitting there and is soft. Okay? Even if, like I said, soft doesn't mean you're not a crier and shit like that. Because even harder people can be criers, criers and screamers type shit. I've seen it all. But I'm just saying, like, you're just not soft like that. You're not going to be a pussy or a pushover. That's just not who you are. You're going to fight to the end. It is what it is. But you're not going to fight when there's no fight left to fight. And I feel like some of y'all are dealing with a situation where you're dealing with a masculine who is still trying to fight for a connection or a scenario with you. They're still trying to fight. Basically, I feel like you've already said your piece. You've already condemned this individual. You've already said no. You've already basically guillotined the bitch. You said, nope, you're cut off. Get cut off. Get the fuck out of my face. You push them in their face. That's why I feel like you had to push someone away out of your face maybe. Or it's possible that you're always having a heated confrontation, whether it be in text or through the phone. But whatever it was, if this person felt rejected, they felt very deeply scarred and very deeply rejected. But they were also keeping secrets from you. They were also hiding from you. They were also keeping, a lot of things that probably from the beginning you would have accepted about this individual. You would have accepted it, right? You would have accepted that this is just how this person was, and you would have let it go. Would you be with them? That's questionable. Would you have been with them? Probably not. But would you have accepted it? And maybe been able to skip 10 confrontations later, or skip being in a relationship with the individual, like skip for you, like that feels like a waste of time, a waste of breath, a waste of your intuition, a waste of your, whatever precious time you have here. Like you would like to spend it being happy and healed, but someone to re-traumatize and re-trigger, and sometimes that's the test, y'all, is that they need to test the durability, and so they also enable or allow you to let your guard down in front of people you shouldn't be let your guard down. They allow you to do that. Instead of getting that feeling of intuition, you start getting all gooey and shit and allowing someone else's energy to control you. And Spirit wants you to use your own strength in order to protect yourself, instead of always using, oh, hey, Spirit, could you come in, fight the evil, fight the wars type shit, spiritual warfare type shit. Can you do this for me? Can you do that for me? Instead of asking them and asking the cards and shit. They wanted you to be able to fight for yourself, like stand up for yourself, to set, when you see the red flags in the physical realm, to be able to be like, get the fuck away from me, get the fuck out of my face. And you're like, well, I learned my lesson, now I learned my lesson type shit. But at the end of the day, I feel like, how true is that? How true is it that you learn your lesson, right? Are you are you still kind of like feeling the situation out and sitting here like, well, maybe this person really is sorry. Maybe this person really is like, emotional about me and loves me, and they're crying over me and doing this and doing that, and they sniffing my panties, and they doing, they doing obsessive shit, creepy shit, aggressive shit. And it's not aggressive in an attractive way though. It's aggressive in a way that is fucking creepy and should be giving you the heebie-jeebies. It should not be attracting you. And this is what we have to heal from, y'all. This is the PTSD. This is the trauma. Okay? This is the fuck shit that you gotta heal from. You are still attracted to nasty, negative energy. You are still feeling that vibe. Even though what vibe is there to feel? It's like you're dealing with someone who is highly insecure, highly emotionally imbalanced. They can't take a real conversation with a real human being. They have to take the fake you. The fake you, the you that is going to be sitting there, basically someone to walk on, right? Sitting there who tries to take care of them and comfort them, even though they're acting like a prick or an asshole, right? That's the you that they want, but that's not the real you. That's not who you are. Okay? You played a good fucking fake. You played a good game, but that's not who you is. And I feel like this person tried to even be more like you, or more like the fake you. They tried to be comforting. They tried to be loving. They tried to be romantic. They tried all these things, the things that you were showing them, because initially they had no idea what the fuck they was doing. They didn't know that you were, they didn't know if you were fake or you were real, or if you were a lover or a fighter. They didn't know anything about you, just like you didn't know anything about them. And y'all still ended up getting together somehow and still ended up trying to force something to work, right? You still ended up trying to force a connection or force a situation that would have never ever, like, if you were at the tip-top shape of your intuition, tip-top shape of your everything, like your energy and who you are, you would have never let that happen. Simple. You would have never let that person in. That just is what it is. You would have never. And you're sitting here like, why? Like, damn. Like, you might be an Aries. You could be a fire sign. But you're like, why? Why did I need to go through this? Like, is it really necessary for me to, like, learn my worth through pain and more pain and more pain and more pain? That's the only way you know, babe. That's the only way you've been knowing. That's the only way your life has gone from the beginning, from the start, right? Pain. From the start, you experience pain. From the start. Okay? That's the only way we know, baby. We only know pain until we learn the pleasures of life through life experience, through fighting the evils, through fighting the bullshit and the nasty motherfuckers, right? Like I said, the evil motherfuckers. Okay, the dead-eyed motherfuckers. Like, I feel like eyes are very significant here. Where some people got like real big saucers on them type shit. Where it's like, are you high or are you fucking a fucking freak? Like, are you high? And I don't mean freak in a good way. I mean freak in like a weird motherfucking way. Like, are you high or are you nuts, crazy, insane, a maniac, an adrenaline junkie? Like, if they talk about a fetishist here. Someone who has a weird fetish, or people who have weird fetish of overly dominating you because you are a dominant person in life. It's like, instead of being able to have gentle sex or loving sex, it's like this person tries to like fight you, tries to trigger you and fight you. And you might be like, well, I love that or I like that, but this is something that comes through trauma as well. And you and me both know that. You and me both know that. Okay? Now, there's nothing wrong with getting a little freaky, but what is wrong is when you are, sitting there and you're like, this is not what I want within a relationship or a connection. This is not what I imagine my love life to be. This is not what I imagine loving sex will be. This is not what I imagine being intimate would be. Like, I wanted simple, basic love. I did not want something like this. When you're sitting there in your head and you're sitting there, this is saying this is wrong. It's wrong. This is wrong, but I love it. That's not what your mind is saying, right? Your mind is sounding the alarm and be like, no, this is not what I want. This is not what I want. And you're sitting there like, but I have to let it happen. Because the only way that this person is going to love me and feel for me and feel my vibe and accept me is if I let it happen. You know, okay. Well, it feels okay, you know, or it feels good, or it's a good situation. So I guess, you know, I let it happen. It is what it is. It feels good in certain aspects. As long as this person feels good, right? As long as this individual feels good. But at the end of the day, it's like you punishing yourself. You're not even able. Like there's times where you're not even capable of feeling for yourself because you've given so much to control to another individual, right? You've obsessed over this person, just like they have obsessed over your life, not over you, not over your love, not over who you are as a person. They obsess with your life, meaning your family, meaning, you know, the things you have achieved, the money, the house, the apartment, the car, the job, the children, even. You know, they've obsessed over those things. They're obsessed over the fact that those are something that you're able to achieve on your own by yourself. Okay? This is something that is supposed to teach you. Okay? This is supposed to teach you how to deal with these common thugs, common bullies. Okay? You're supposed to be able to fight these common bullies, get them the fuck out of your energy and never have to look at another one again. You know what I mean? Be able to feel these people the first minute that you meet them and walk away from the bitch. Right? Not take them seriously. You're able to do that. Okay, collective, you're able to do that. Okay. So let me read what else we wrote down here. All right, we talked about that. They talk about do your research. Someone is messy. And when I wrote this down, like the type of shit that was kind of coming out in the cars and the type of shit that was coming out in the music was somebody who's fraudulent or somebody who's a catfish or someone who's fraudulent or someone who has like issues with gambling, issues with holding their money or issues with holding a job. So someone's fraudulent. Someone might have like several baby mamas or someone might like kind of run the streets for money. But whatever this is, it's like somebody who's got issues with money for sure. Like issues tying up, I feel like, uh funds for an apartment or funds for a house or funds for a car. They just spend. So even if they come from money, there's still unhealthy means of dealing with it with you know, finances, healthy. And this is something that's very important to this particular collective group because what I see is that you seek out success and satisfaction and comfort with your money. But this person seeks out control and greed and worship, self worship with the money. So like they don't have a big self worth. Like they don't really care about themselves too much. At the end of the day, they don't really care about other people around them either. And so as a result, all they do is spend. They just spend. Doesn't matter what they're spending it on, who they're spending it for, and if they have any children, it definitely wouldn't be for the kids. Okay, they just spend. Okay, you know, and who, however they choose to benefit from that could be buying someone's love. It could be buying someone's affection. It could be buying somebody's like, you know, buying somebody's life even, right? They might be you might have met this person with nothing in your pocket, nothing in your hands, and they offered to put a roof over your head, right? They're doing things that are manipulative, disgusting. Okay, you could have put a roof over this person's head, and they could have taken full advantage of that shit, or they could have used your money, they could have used your car, they could have used whatever they tried to use. Like I said, it's something that is still so fresh in your mind, and it's so fresh because it made you so motherfucking angry. Because it's like I went there with you or for you. I loved you, and I cared about you enough to do this for you, and this is the result. This is the outcome. Is you do this to me or you do that to me. Like what the fuck, dude? Like that's fucked up. That's disgusting. Like this is how you treat me. Like this is my life type shit. Like why would you do that type of shit? I feel like someone bullies you as well. So what is this about bullying? Let's look at this. What is this about bullying? Going broke. Okay. So someone only knows power. They don't know like how to wield their power when it comes to like uh confidence and stuff like that. They know they're attractive, but they also don't know how to wield that power. I feel like a lot of the time they're just fighting you, or a lot of the time they're just fighting other people in sorrow. Like they don't believe that they have a worth. And I also feel like this individual has a lot of trouble with it's like, so if you're in a relationship with this individual, they're the type of person to always check your phone behind your back. If you felt stalked or you felt like you were being watched, it's likely someone who's very close to you. So let's be real. Like at the end of the day, the person who's laying right next to you may be the culprit. The person who, even your own mother could be checking your phone or your bills or something like that. Like there could be some weird shit with that shit too. Like there's things where people are looking in on you or able to see private aspects of your life through something that you do that makes you highly uncomfortable, that affects you a lot. It makes you want to hide. It makes you never want to go out of the house. It's horrible. It's terrible. It's nosy as shit. They need to keep their big motherfucking Clifford ass nose out your shit. And I'm not saying that you gotta like do anything in retaliation, because at the end of the day, they gonna get their shit. I got the bad juju card, and I feel like this individual, whoever they are, is gonna get their shit. So you are not going to be trapped in this state of mind or in this energy forever. Like whatever restraints this person has tried to tie around your neck, that it won't last. It won't happen. It's not going to continue to happen this way. That's not the way it fucking works. Okay. And I feel like there's also literal time, because they talk about masochism. So there could be like literal tying something around your throat, or literal tying something around your wrist and leaving you. Or there's something about abandonment here, where somebody like kind of left you like a dog type shit. You know how people abandon dogs in parks. And they tie them up. That shit is horrible. That's why I hate people sometimes. I truly, there's times where I'm like, okay, when you start abusing children and animals, and if you are around somebody who's like this, who abuses children and animals, then that person is fucked in the head. Like truly. Like they are truly someone you should not be around. They are truly somebody who's probably capable of murdering you. They are truly someone who will only have negative effects on your life. Only negative. Only ever negative. Okay? People who hurt other people in retaliation. I can't. In retaliation for their own fucked self and their own fucked life and the things that they have done to themselves. That shit is crazy. That shit is nuts. Some of you are getting a new home or a new living situation. You're trying to move out. So you're trying to move away from this person or away from this energy, away from the problems. You're trying to move away from. You're trying to make a solid list of the things that you need, and you may only need a very, very few things. So they're talking about trying to get your money together, your transportation together, and trying to get your house packed up. So they talk about like actually moving away from. Physically moving away from a creepy situation or a fuck situation. They talk about someone sending you the evil eye because, or there's a friend here who's also sending you the evil eye because they feel like it's unfair that you've cut them off, or they feel that it's unfair that you're moving on without them in life. So you could be moving away from a friend, or this friend could be like watching you go, watching you grow, watching you build a business, and you could not be hanging out with them anymore. Maybe you've made reservations and said like, this bitch a little too weird for me. Like I'm gonna take my chances elsewhere, other places. Maybe you've been hanging out with other people. There is a friend here who very strongly dislikes that. Hates that, in fact. And I feel like they stalk you because of it. They watch all your social media. You're like, why is this person still hitting me up? Like, that's crazy. They're really, really, really dreading and overwhelmed by the fact that you are trying to move on with your life. Even though everyone grows apart, right? True friends and real friends, you'll never ever not be able to talk to. Even if you're in states in your life where maybe you don't talk for months. Maybe you don't talk for 3 months, 4 months. Maybe you don't talk for a whole entire year. But you're always able to go back to that person and still share fond memories and have a good time and celebrate that individual. Okay? But I feel like this is one of those people who gets bitter. Is a bitter ass bitch. Okay? A bitter ass bitch who sits there and I feel like whines or cries with the fact that you can't hang out with them or you can't be around them. And this could also be a boyfriend or girlfriend. Maybe you're working your motherfucking ass off. And this person always whines and cries about the fact that even though you work your ass off and there's no appreciation or this person being proud of you, they'd rather like down you for it. Be like, oh, well, all you do is work. Like, you don't have time for me. Da-da-da-da. So why don't I go find somebody else to do this and do that? Like, oh, fuck you, you know. All you do is you know, you're so self-absorbed. You only do things for yourself. You only care about the money type shit. Like a lot of accusatory things, a lot of things to make you feel degraded and small, even though that's not your character. Like I said, it's not built in your character to be small. It's just not in your character. It's just not there. Okay. There is, because there is someone's trying to target you, possibly in a financial way as well. They could be trying to target you in the courtroom, or they could be trying to make up lies or schemes about you in order to get you fired from your job. They might be trying to hatch like a plan with somebody. There's other people involved here. There's other individuals trying to like hatch a scheme. Something, maybe something they're related to, like a sister or brother. They talk about, or like Facebook friends or something like that. Maybe someone's attacking you on social media, trying to create a narrative or a story about you on social media, but it doesn't spread. Okay, so like I feel like this person might be a fire sign, but it doesn't spread like this person initially wants it to. Maybe they do have a following or something like that, but whatever they say, it doesn't go anywhere. Like there's no traction on what they do for work. If anything, and I'm gonna expose this secret to y'all, I feel like this person buys followers on the internet. Like I feel like they buy followers, or they buy subscribers, or they buy something. It's like you don't buy it. Your shit is real, okay? But they keep buying something in retaliation. For you ladies out there, this could be a situation, or man, this could be a situation where like you've gotten work done, or you've gotten a tattoo or something like that, and I feel like this person like gets like a fucked up tattoo, or they buy fucked up work, so like they get a fucked botched Brazilian butt lift or something like that. Like I feel like it's one of those individuals. They're so envious of other people that they end up getting botched or fucked up because they want to go cheapy weepies on the motherfucking Brazilian ass lift. I feel like, God, yo, Jesus. There's also a situation where, hold on, I think I wrote this one down. Okay, there's also situations right now currently where people might be trying to make you look stupid or talk bad about your intellect. It's possible that I mean, you are pretty. You have a very strong conviction, by the way. So when you know something, and you're gonna put your foot down about it. When you don't know something, you not going to put your foot down about it, and you also not gonna argue it. Okay, this is the type of group I'm dealing with. You're not gonna argue something that you just simply do not know. It is what it is. If you don't see the evidence or don't have that shit right in the fucking palm of your hand, you're not gonna say nothing, right? But I feel like someone tries to make you look stupid because you don't know something. Like you know everything else though. Because you don't know this one thing, or because maybe you know a little bit less about something, I feel like someone's trying to dumb you down. Maybe they're talking a lot about something that they know about in order to embarrass you in front of somebody, or embarrass you in front of people. Uh, for some reason, I picked up on maybe they're talking a lot about the Bible, or some type of stories. Maybe they're telling stories. They're trying to make you jealous through the people that they hang out, other people that they hang out with. It's possible that this is a partner. So a partner could be making up stories on their interactions and experiences. Maybe they pretending that they get flirted with, or they're pretending something. Okay, it's almost like maybe you overhear a conversation you're not supposed to hear. That could also be a situation I see. Yeah, someone overheard a Libra or an air sign talk about something that you was not supposed to hear this conversation. You really wasn't. You was definitely not where you need to be type shit. And I feel like this is that was perfect. Like that was spirit giving you a window into the world of these individuals. Like you was not supposed to hear some shit, and you like fuck. I feel like you moonwalked out that bitch when you heard that shit, and you're like, okay, next, I'm moving on. Get me the fuck out of here. Get me out of this situation. Or you confronted it and you moonwalked type shit. You said, oh fuck you and your mama, and you moonwalked out that bitch. Okay, all right. Yeah, I feel like it's very easy to catch people in their lives right now. It's very easy, incredibly easy for you, especially because you do all the research before showing up to the fucking cookout. So at the end of the day, you prepare. You ready to go down fighting. Yeah, you're not shocked. And the main reason why you're not shocked is because you're capable of walking into a situation, or knowing you're the odd one out, knowing that people are already going to prejudge you, people are already going to attack you, people are already going to create like fallacies or things that are not real about you. You already walk into all these situations just knowing how people are going to feel and react. Okay? You just know. You just know. Like, you're like, this is who I am. Like, I have to deal with this every day or every relationship or every single time I try to get with somebody. They're heavily insecure or whatever. Like, and you know that a lot of that is also your fault too, you know? So you just know. Like I said, you know. You know? Could be dealing with a Pisces you gotta say goodbye to, or a water sign you gotta say goodbye to, or a water sign or a earth sign could be acting ungrateful in your eyes. In retrospect, I feel like this person's just gonna come right back to you. So they could be leaving you for somebody else, or leaving in order to tie up loose ends elsewhere, or they said going back to Africa or something, like they're going back to the country, or maybe going back to the country, or maybe they are like, maybe you're in their country or in their house or something, and they're telling you to leave or something of that nature. But there is a situation where someone's going to come crawling right back, or someone's going to be very apologetic. I feel like that situation had really fucked you up or made you afraid, or made you feel like that you had done something wrong even though you hadn't. They talk about addiction here too with somebody. Someone is like emotionally skewed or emotionally all over the place because they're on some type of pill or on some type of medication. Like, it's all over the fucking place. I feel like this person can't even like look in the mirror. Like, they don't even recognize who they are. You know what I mean? So like, you might not recognize who this person is, and they might not recognize who they are. So if someone is taking like some type of medication, like, you know, I would be like, hey, like, there's something wrong with you. Like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Someone's mother could be taking medication right now. Someone's father. They do talk about a father here, or a man here. Actually, that's for the other reading. I'm gonna keep that where it's at. Like, that's for the other reading. They kept trying to bring that up as well into this one, but we're gonna leave it where it's at. Let me look at the tarot cards. This will be the first time I'm actually viewing the cards in this whole entire fucking 1 hour and 30-minute reading. So let's see. What's up? Where is my collective going to be within the rest of this year? Tell me about where this particular collective is going to be. Actually, within this particular week, because I feel like there's something that happens within this week. What happens within this week? Okay, divine intervention. They said within this week, you're going to have some sort of divine intervention or spotlight shown onto a situation that even if you're saying like you knew about it, even if you're saying, yes, I knew that this was going to happen, or I felt that like this is going to happen, you need proof. Essentially, you need some type of proof. You need to know that this is for sure, like this is really going to fucking happen, and they're telling you that it is. Okay, they're going to show you that it is. Plain sight, right in front of your fucking eyes, is gonna be there, and you can't ignore the shit when it happens. You can't keep saying, oh well, I don't really know, you know, I'm not really sure. You can't keep saying that shit. Okay, someone might get sick, or someone might be sick of you, or you might be sick of them. I think if you're sick of each other, there's a masculine here or a man here who is sick. A sick individual, they might be sick in the mind as well. They might have a mental breakdown or schizophrenic episode or something of that nature, because they talk about the market, which to me, when you look at that damn card, there's all sorts of fucking weird shit happening on that card. There's like people, there's animals standing up as people, there's people standing up as animals, like there's all of this weird wonky shit, right? But at the same time, I think it's representative of the world. So. They talk about materialistic things. So right now there's a sense of guilt or dread, I guess, when it comes to you guys in trying to support people financially. Okay, I feel like sometimes certain things are outside of your means, and it's not that you are allowed to do with what your money, whatever you want to do, okay, your materials, but something's outside of your means, and you feel really fucked up about that. Like, I keep seeing this person who's like sitting here like, if I could, I would pay for your medication, or if I could, I would pay for your surgery, or if I could, I would pay for every single motherfucking thing that you do, type shit. I will make sure that you are taken care of 100 and 1,000%. You might be talking to your kid. You might be trying to say like, "Oh, I'm so sorry I didn't get this for you this birthday. You know, I'll get it for your next birthday, or I'll get it for Christmas or whatever." Like, you try to apologize and apologize and apologize, and I feel like you don't have to apologize. This is outside your means, and I feel like whoever you feel like is gonna be heartbroken or whatever, like they gonna understand though. They gonna understand that, babe. Like they know. They know how hard you work. They know how hard you try. Like they know, and I feel like they're gonna soothe you or help you through that whole situation where they know that you are a strong person and that you are doing your best. And so because they recognize that, they're also not gonna beat you up for that shit. You know what I mean? It's like ground zero. The individuals that you deal with are not scumbags, right? Like, especially the individuals that you created out your body, if this is your children or maybe your parent. They understand. Okay, trust me when I say they get it. They truly do, right? You instill this within them, even if this is your own parent. You instill this within them. Okay. What else we got? I was trying to turn my music back on, but it looks like we got shit all fucked up over here. Let's see. Let's try to play some. We also have a ticking time bomb. Okay, so it's only a matter of time before a relationship was going to see its end, or a relationship is about to sparkle. Okay, so I feel like this is an end or a new beginning. This could be, if you're in a relationship right now, this is the end of your relationship. I'm telling you that right now, point blank. It's the end. It's the end. Because I feel like someone betrayed someone, or someone's a fucking traitor, and it is what it is. That's the whole situation. The person's a coward. They're not going to take accountability ever, and they're never ever going to agree with you, and they're never going to be serious about you. So face the fucking facts and get your ass out of the situation. Stop playing the position of being the housewife or the house husband or whatever the fuck. Get the fuck out of there because you're depressed as shit, and go live your motherfucking life. Opposite of this person. Go heal, please. Go heal. If you are talking to someone or dealing with somebody on a serious level, or you feel like things are starting to creep up and get a little bit more serious, I do see this connection actually becoming a relationship. I do see this connection becoming more intense even. Like, you start feeling like you belong. Like, not in a way of like, you start feeling like you're one of the gang and shit. You start feeling like this person is somebody who's supposed to be your counterpart, or they're supposed to be in your life. That's what you start feeling. It's almost as if you found another part of yourself. Damn, that music was loud as shit. Probably heard the music, y'all. I feel like you start feeling like this person is your counterpart, like your person. Like, this is who you're meant to be with. Okay, so like might be the only person who's ever fought for you, or helped you with your stress, or helped you deal with your emotions. This might be the only person who's ever done that for you. Yeah, because they talk about getting very, very upset or emotional, and this person might be the only person who's like actually allowed you to feel those things and comforted you while you're feeling those things. This is a new person, y'all. This is a new individual. This could be a Scorpio or a water sign. Or you could be a water sign. They talk about this person also saying like, you look beautiful, you look fucking divine type shit. There's a lot of people saying you look divine. Let's be real. Even though you might be older, somebody is writing like really lewd things about you, or maybe sending you very lewd things. Even if you are older, like somebody's thinking lewd things, or saying, there might be a doctor here who's thinking lewd things about you, or looking at you some type of way. Ah, man. Like, creepy ass motherfuckers, though. You might be feeling like you getting eaten up, like in public, where you at work and you can't even sit down without someone giving you some type of look or eye. You're okay. So you might be a woman or a man in a position of power, and it's just odd for your color or your particular skin tone to be in to be in this position. So like, I think that people, not only do they see your beauty, but there's also like, it's like somebody's being like racist. That's what I want to say. Is racist, but I think it's more than that. I think it's because you're better at your job than they are. So someone also wants to be just disrespectful. So it's a disrespectful racist, especially if they're like a complete other color than you. Someone's being disrespectful and racist. Yeah, if you felt disrespected by this individual, it's because they're always trying to start shit with people like you. Like I said, people who are better than them or are better at the job. It doesn't matter what your fucking background is. Like, do your fucking work. Do your motherfucking job. Like, what the fuck? That don't fucking matter. It doesn't matter who's a primary in this situation. Like, if you can do what you gotta do, you did it, and you get that check, fuck it up. Yeah, that's why you don't want to be in a job anymore where you have to work under other individuals. That's why you also want to create your own kind of workforce. I feel like you're someone who's gonna hire people coming up here. So even if you are like just starting out, like your business is just flowering, I feel like you're gonna be able to hire a lot of people under your whatever you're gonna end up doing, your workforce. Yeah, I feel like you're gonna end up hiring people who are similar to you, or hiring people to kind of do your dirty work in a way. And dirty work could be all like making phone calls and all this type of stuff, like things that you would find maybe annoying. It's possible you also have people going through like just digging through the emails and you know making schedules for you. That's what I feel like you also struggle with. Like you need to pay someone to make a schedule for you, or you need to have somebody come in who knows more about scheduling than you, or it's possible that you need a pre-made schedule. Okay, so for some of y'all don't need shit. Okay, like you just need to stop worrying about. Oh well, maybe I should schedule this at this time, and maybe I should do this over here and do this over there at this specific time, specific hour, specific day, whatever, specific week. No, you do not. Just do what you need to do whenever you feel like doing it. It's that simple. Especially if this is a creative endeavor. Especially if this is a creative endeavor. Like I know they calling me out with this one. Like, just fucking do it. If you feel like doing it, just fucking do it. Like, don't keep playing around and you know, back and forth with or playing back and forth with the idea, like diddling with the idea. Like, just fucking do it, babe. Fucking do it. Just whenever, wherever, whenever. You start getting that feeling like maybe I should do it now. No, I gotta do it Monday. No, do it now. You know, even if you got work in the morning, whatever you gotta do, just fucking do it, babe. Wake up and smell the road. They're like, you gotta get this shit done now. Now. Yeah. Now. What else they talking about? What else they talk about here? Oh man. Tripping on you, crying for you, emoting for you, like I'm crying for you. Sagittarius. Okay, so we could be dealing with fire signs here, or you could be the Sag, or you have strong fire in your chart, strong Sag in your chart. You crying for somebody else, or you're weeping for somebody else, or you're weeping for someone who can't weep, who can't cry. Maybe you're hearing someone's like background or backstory, or maybe they're hearing your story. And you could be the person who can't weep, and they're crying for you, like they're feeling for you, like genuinely feeling for you. I feel like there's also they talk about death here, so it's possible that somebody that passed away that you didn't know passed away, or nobody really informed you was having trouble or struggles, or maybe nobody expected it. I feel like whatever the situation is, like you crying on behalf of that. You're crying because this person at one point in time was willing to fight for you. You might be crying, and this might be even a celebration of one's birthday. So it's possible that someone like dies around their birthday time or whatever it is. It feels like something tragic does happen around someone's birthday, though. Or as you creep closer, it feels like during a certain month. There's trauma here, or there's a trigger here. They're definitely like water. They're talking about water sign. I know they talk about my G-ma. I love you, grandma. I love you. But so they're talking about being able to find a safe place in order to like feel all of the things that you haven't felt for the past couple of months because you've been pushing yourself and fighting so hard. They talk about finding a place where you can know, like, you can know that you are safe. Like, this is the thing with moving, right? It's like sometimes when you're like a serial mover, or you're somebody who really really wants that house or really really wants that apartment, you ignore all of the flags, right? All of the red flags, and most people don't really know what to look for when they're trying to find a new place of living, or when they're trying to be safe or feel safe, right? They maybe know to look at the neighborhood, but they don't know to fill out the house or clean out the house, or they don't know like who owned the house prior. They don't know to protect themselves in that house, especially when dealing with new energy, new entities, new people in your work life, in your family life, in your friends life. Like, you just don't know how to deal with that. So a lot of the time you kind of get overwhelmed, or you get soul sucked, like sucked dry. Like somebody's just sucking you dry and you look like a fucking raisin type shit. You start feeling and aching and feeling terrible. And what's ironic about that is that, like, you know, that's kind of your gift in a way, is to be able to feel all these things, but then you also don't know how to control that. So you can, that's an issue, right? But basically what they're saying is, like, you need to know how to properly cleanse yourself, or proper when you're looking for this home, or looking for this like perfect whatever, perfect relationship. This could be a perfect relationship, even. Like, let's put this on more broad terms. This could be a perfect person, a perfect relationship. When you're looking for this, cleanse your motherfucking shit, cleanse your space, cleanse your aura, do your sage, do your incense, protect yourself, wear your little evil eye, whatever the fuck you gotta do, but protect yourself. Okay? Like, you need to protect yourself in more ways than just emotional and physical. You need to protect yourself spiritually as well. You're like, oh, I don't give a fuck about that. You know, nobody can get me. You know, I'm too strong for them. Like, don't strong arm it, because you know when you start strong arming it is the moment that they send you someone who is bad as fuck. Because even negative and fucked up people can have really really powerful and strong energy. So we know that for a fact. There's a lot of people out here who outpower, they power out, or they have a stronger power dynamic, even though they're an evil son of a bitch. They have more support, more people around them, because they can play a good person. They can play being a good individual or a people person, even though they a horrible piece. Like I said, a horrible piece of shit. They're nasty. Well, do y'all want me to talk about anything else here? What else we got coming up? Overdue. What's overdue? Let's see. Or maybe they talking about overtime, that I'm going overtime. Love, body count, commitment coming in. Tell me about this individual. Tell me about the situation. Okay. So going. Okay. So some of y'all going ape shit. I don't know. I feel like this is a younger crowd or younger group of people, but maybe you hanging out with a younger group of people than what you're normally used to. But I think a lot of the people that are around you, like friendship wise, and this is not to say like, you know, I'm not gonna say I told you so, but I think a lot of these people look at you with the green eye of envy and jealousy. And what you're gonna have to do is realize that, like, no matter what, people are always gonna say these things to you. Like, no matter what, you're gonna have to accept the fact that in certain aspects, people are gonna see you as privileged, even though you are not more privileged than they are. They're going to see you as this beautiful, bright individual with hella creativity, with crazy intellect, with a beautiful smile. Like, they talk about your smile in your eyes. They talk about you being able to like emanate this powerful, sexy being. Like, yeah, it's almost like you radiate it, right? And so as behalf of that, like I said, to my younger people, younger crowd, this is the height. You're living in the height of people's jealousy and envy as the younger crowd. Okay, I'm not saying there's not older individuals who don't still feel that insane amount of hatred, but younger people have more passion. They're more physically out there, and so just as a repercussion of that, the things that they can do is a lot more extreme. Okay, And it keeps getting more and more extreme with time until finally it tanks down and they're not able to do shit like that anymore. They're not able to physically, verbally, or emotionally abuse anybody anymore. You know what I mean? So when you're dealing with friends, choose the friends wisely. Choose the people that you hang around, that you drink with, that you party with, that you maybe go out, and just hang around with, especially when we have like Halloween, and some of y'all go to the Halloween party. Y'all younger folks go to Halloween parties or college parties, or you maybe going out with your group of friends and going to a little whatever brigade or whatever. Like, y'all need to protect yourselves, okay? Seriously, like, because it's the people that are the closest to you that will fuck with you, that will try to fuck with you. Like, the people that you think you know best, though you don't hang out with them every day, and you don't know what's going on in their head, right? So you think you know someone better than you actually know them. The person that you know best is you. Even when you feel like you know somebody's whole entire situation and you could read them for filth, you don't know everything, right? Sometimes we ignore the direct signs of somebody being a weird motherfucker, okay? A class act. Sometimes we ignore those things just for self-preservation because we want people to love us or like us the way we love or like them, right? But that's what's up. They said, let's get one more message going. Something you should be excited for. So what is it that collectors should be excited for? Now tell me. Let me use this deck. Actually, I think this is just half the deck. Where'd the other half go? I fucking eat that shit up or what? The fuck did it go? I don't know where my other one went. But we'll do one more message, collector. What's your other warnings? What's your other warnings, collector? What's my other warning? Page of Cups, childish, Nine of Wands. Okay, so somebody. Let me see. It's interesting because I think like you're really excited to see somebody or meet somebody or maybe talk to somebody for the first time. As they talk about you being excited and anxious and all of these good vibes and all these good feelings. You're sitting here like, oh my God, like what if this person is too immature or too ugly or too this or too that? Maybe you're going out on a date or you're preparing yourself for the outing and you're gonna see a lot of like men and women alike where you kind of want to shack up or find somebody or maybe because they're talking about event here. They're talking about a event. Looks like somebody's gonna be extra into you, like very very much into you, but it's possible that this individual has like maybe reservations about approaching you, or they have trouble with approaching, or maybe when they approach you, you know them, and it's something that scares the fuck out of you because they're like, I remember you, like I know you, like I've seen you before, like, and I know my intuition is telling me like I've seen this motherfucker before. Maybe you say something like, I think I recognize it, like I think I know who you are. Like, do I swear to God, I know you. Like I swear. This individual might like swear down and be like, no, no, you know them. No, you know them. You for sure know them. Whoever this individual is, this is way. And then I just got like a big ass cold wind hitting me on my arm. Huge cold wind on my side. I feel like this is maybe someone you've rejected already or rejected in the past, or someone you try to like shoot down as far as giving them a chance or a shot on like a dating app or whatever. Maybe you meet someone while you're out on a date with somebody else. But this is real shady. The situation is real shady because you feel like you're being followed. It's because you essentially are being followed. Okay, whether it be energetically on the telephone, I sound like old bastard. Whether you being watched on social media and this person's going to the location, or you are being watched at a party, whatever it is, you are being watched. Okay, so you people out there that are all like sunflowers and rainbows, where you're like, oh, ain't nobody gonna touch me because I'll tase them type shit. Be careful, okay? Because it's not all about being ready to fuck somebody up. Sometimes it's also about the fact that people can get in your head space, your mind space, and manipulate your emotional state. They can sit there and they can play coy and pretend to be your friend and then fuck with you. That's what I feel like is happening. They fuck with you. And I feel like we should do some oracle cards for this group as well. And then I'll go and we'll start up another stream. I'll start up another stream. Okay. So let's look at the oracle. Let me get some water. 11:44, and then I also see 22, 55. All right, let's see. What oracle card? What oracle advice do y'all have? What oracle advice do you have for my collective? I picked up 2, but let's do 3. It's my favorite. Okay, then let's get out the book. Again, you're excited about something. You're so excited. Like, what? Y'all? You're happy as shit. Even though shit is fucked up right now, for some reason, you keep on buzzing. You keep on kicking. People might see you as a little bit crazy or a little manic right now. You might be a little bit, like, restless right now. People might see you and be like, is this person okay? It's like you might be having the worst day of your life, but how are you still smiling? Like, you crying and smiling at the same time and shit? Are you giggling and laughing or whatever? Like, you're doing something so wild and out there that people are just like, whoa, this person is a fucking anomaly. Y'all are interesting. Y'all are something. Okay? Y'all are something. And don't take that as an insult. Like, oh my God, that's someone calling me. Leave me the fuck alone. Don't take that as an insult. See, an anomaly. These motherfuckers keep hitting me up. Okay. So, we have sacred relationship. Goddamn, where is this goddamn card? They're like, can you end the fucking reading? That's what I feel like my spirit guide is saying. End the fucking reading, nigga. Like, you already did it. It's down there. You been there and you done that. Fucking end the shit. Where is this card, though? Where is this first card? Oh, there it is. I got it. Okay, so this one. Alright, so sacred relationship. The master craftsman, Kunum, fashions the new human on his pottery wheel. Horus and Sobek hold the tension of opposites and come into reconciliation and acceptance of each other's gifts. Sekhmet offers her fiery, fierce compassion to transform the polarized heart so that forgiveness and sacred purpose can emerge. The Sphinx, as the earth altar, conveys cosmic wisdom into awakening heart. In your interaction with this composite, consider what you are constructing in your life and relationships and other situations. Look at possible reconciliations. Those of you that we was talking about the relationship during this whole entire thing. We did not hear one motherfucking good thing about relationships. So I'm just saying, you might be able to forgive, but never forget, bitch. Never forget. That's what we're gonna say for this one. We didn't talk about one good thing when it came to relationship. Let's be real. All right. So I'm not saying that your relationship ain't positive. If it is, I'm proud of you. So they talk about look at the possible reconciliations that transform polarities and conflict, and how you can reflect the actions of these allies as you find deeper understanding, compassion, and or forgiveness within yourself. You know, we did talk about that quite a bit, and I think like you guys that have been centering yourself off more recently and being pretty cold, instead of maybe tackling a confrontation head on or talking to somebody head on. I feel like this is kind of the challenge right now is that you, in order for you to heal or in order for you to feel right about the situation, you are going to need to confront it no matter what. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Like, there just isn't. So you're going to just have to do it. You know, I wish it was a simple walking away solution for you, but you are just too stubborn. You need to decide, like, you need to confront it now. Like, girl, boy, like, you're going to need to do something about this shit. All right? Like, that's what needs to happen. All right, so this next one. In tune with the cycles of life in the cosmos, Capera ceaselessly works to bring forward the necessary changes that allow creation to keep moving forward. As a spiral dancer who filters and transmits the power powerful stellar and cosmic forces that radiate onto our planet and into all of Earth's creatures. Capera mitigates these energies while holding the balance of time and turning of the ages in his feet. If you have drawn this card, it is time for you to increase your awareness of more subtle energies that are influencing you. You are encoding the mystery teachings of the spiral dance and the nature of change, and Capera is there to protect and support you during this quickening. It is through the intercession of Capera that you are able to handle the energies that are moving towards you at any given moment, especially as you move off the linear path into a deeper relationship with natural cycles of creation. With the heightened awareness that Capera offers, you can also become a co-creator of your universe. You are awakening to how transformation happens and being prepared for the next level of higher consciousness. If your situation requires protection, feel the energies of Capera surrounding you and enfolding you, especially when you find yourself in a physically or emotionally toxic environment. We did talk about that shit too. So, spirit, facts. Because Capera is so closely aligned with transits and alignments of the planets and stars, this might be a good time to consult a seasoned astrologer to investigate or explore your current connection to your personal astrological chart. All right, yo. They are giving advice, so shocking. All right, let's see. Not shocking. I'm sorry. I'm not being facetious or anything like that. I'm just saying we trying to wrap this shit up, and I want to get these oracles pumped out real quick. All right, sacred archetype of element of fire, and I'm not even gonna read this one because we already know y'all dealing with a very passion driven situation. So whether it be romantic or family or like I said, whatever the confrontation needs to be or whatever the changes need to be, we know that it's in the power of a fire sign, a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius, and this could possibly be who you're dealing with on a romantic level as well, someone with very high fire in their chart. Someone who possibly has reservations about what they do for you. They might think they do a lot more than what they actually do on a daily basis. They might think that they're amounting or adding up to the expectations that you have, but without confrontation or without you speaking to them or emoting towards them, I feel like this is kind of like a lost cause where you're kind of letting the ship sink because you don't want to admit that you feel unhappy. You don't want to make a person feel bad. You feel like for no reason, but at the end of the day, there is a reason. You're allowed to feel happy, or you're also allowed to feel unhappy with the situation. You're allowed to walk away from that too. So another card that came out was Cosmic Influences. God damn it! All right, we gotta flip back. Do we hear Cosmic Influences? Guess I'm on a ride. No. Come on now. What was that? There they are. Okay. Number 3. When did I take out a 4th card? I wonder. Okay. See, my ADHD is wild. Alright. Ma'at balances the heart with the light of truth, while Thoth communicates with the higher language of wisdom. Meanwhile, Capera protects Earth as he spins around the world through the cycles of change as the initiate takes the next step to his or her path of destiny. If you've pulled this card, these great allies are already protecting and guiding you. Notice how the qualities of truth, balance, order, wisdom, and illumination and enlightened communication weave through the stories and cycles occurring in your life in relationship to your questions. Sit with these wise ones and remember. That's it. There's nothing. No, they didn't specify what you should remember, but they did say that you are protected and whatever is happening right now is divinely guided. The reason why so many answers and so many things are being shown to you is because you are ready for it. It's not because you're not ready. You might be denying it all the way down. You're like, oh my God, no, I didn't want to see this. I didn't want to do this. I didn't want to do that. You saw it anyways, bitch, or you felt it anyways, bitch. You got emotional over it or you reacted in a certain type of way on purpose because you were meant to do so. It was out of your control in certain aspects, right? Because they showed you something or they brought you something to challenge you, to change you, to radicalize you, and to further help you learn to love yourself, okay? That is what's happening. It's a lot of self-love right now. Because a lot of you feel like you're going to protect yourself from the world by shutting down from all people. But that's just not true. Because, you know what brings self-love and self-fulfillment is other people. It's not just the importance of like family and marriage and romance and all that, but it's also learning from others how to love yourself, how to show care. You wouldn't be here if you were shunning the whole world. Let's be real. You would not be watching this video if you were just, out there hating and apparently hating all humans and shunning the whole world. Let's be real, right? So that's what's up. You just simply wouldn't be here if that was the case. So, come on now, y'all. All right. I appreciate y'all. So we gonna move on to the next live stream. If you want to come over and hop on it, hop on it. Then it's gonna be Q&A plus a full readings and then free readings for anyone who's new, and I mean brand new, who I ain't never seen before on this motherfucking channel. You get a free card pull if you new. So I'm just saying, like, hop over, check it out. We'll see how many people we can get over there. It is 1-1, so I don't know if y'all doing anything right now, or working, whatever the fuck you doing, but if you can, then hop over, at least watch, you know what I mean? And make sure you like up this goddamn video. Y'all know, like, when I do these collective readings, it is a lot. That's why we sit here for 2 hours. That's why we sit here for fucking 2 hours. All right, the next reading that I have queued up that I'm going to probably do later tonight. That's going to be interesting, because this one's like a little bit, I think a little bit in correlation to this one, but we're going to be talking about philophobia, okay? And that this is something that, is probably, like I said, many of you correlating to this reading will also correlate to this other one, which is going to be a little bit more emotional, a little bit more sensitive, and we're going to talk about the fear of love, and why you don't like a lot of people, including your own family, including the people that you're supposed to like. You actually, you don't like them. You love them, but you do not like them. Okay, and we're going to talk about why that is and where that is and how to fix that, how to heal some of that, how to fix a broken heart, heal from a broken heart, and how to listen. Listen better to your own emotions versus what mama and daddy taught you type shit. Listen to your own emotions and stop listening to the narrative, the outer narrative, and what man or woman is supposed to be, or how they're supposed to do this and how they're supposed to do that. A man is supposed to be a fucking stone wall, and a woman is supposed to be a fucking crybaby or whiner or something, or emotional security all the goddamn time. It's like, okay, shut up. Like, obviously not all women are emotionally secure, and obviously not all men are stonewall. So let's be real. Like, that's just not realistic. Let's be real. All right, y'all. I'm done rambling. Let's move on to the next readings. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all, and I'll see you on the flip.